You don't wake up one morning and realize your marriage is over. It dies in pieces, quietly, like a slow leak. Mine started with silence, the kind you can't hear but feel in the pit of your stomach. David stopped laughing at my jokes. He stopped touching me, except when the girls were watching. And he started looking over my shoulder when I spoke, like there was something more interesting just behind me. Maybe it was motherhood. Maybe it was me. We were never perfect, but I believed in the promise of for better or worse. I just didn't realize I would be the worst. The twins, Emma and Lily, are only two. They're tornadoes in pink pajamas. My days are diapers, tantrums, goldfish crackers crushed into the carpet. I'm exhausted in ways I didn't know existed. But I thought we were doing this together, until I found his browser history. I wasn't snooping. I was Googling toddler car seat recalls when I saw the autocomplete suggestions. How to tell your wife you love someone else. Open marriage rules when kids involved. How to convince someone to leave their husband. I felt my body freeze. And in that cold, bloodless moment, I knew. There was someone else. I didn't confront him immediately. I watched instead. He started wearing cologne again. Started staying out late. Started texting more. He never smiled at me, but I caught him smiling at his phone. A private kind of smile. One he used to save for me. It wasn't until a week later, at dinner, that he said it. In that flat, rehearsed voice that almost sounded like he was reading off a screen. I've been thinking a lot about love. About how people evolve. What if our relationship evolved too? I stared at him, mouth half open, still chewing pasta. He looked me dead in the eyes. I want to talk about opening our marriage. I laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was absurd. I was a walking ghost of myself. I hadn't slept in days. I had baby spit up on my sweater and he was pitching polyamory like it was a couple's massage. But what I didn't expect, what I never saw coming, was who he had in mind. Mia, my best friend. Mia and I met when we were 16, bonded over a shared love of horror movies and hating gym class. We've been through everything together. Heartbreaks, college breakdowns, tattoos we now regret. She was the maid of honor at our wedding. She held my hand when I thought I was miscarrying with Lily. She's not just my friend, she's family. So when she showed up at my door, pale and shaking, holding a bottle of wine like a white flag, I already knew. He told me, she said. David told me he has feelings for me. I couldn't breathe. She sat down on the floor like her knees gave out. I swear to you, I didn't do anything. I didn't flirt. I didn't. This isn't me. I would never do that to you. And I believed her. But that didn't make the ache go away. I told him no, she said. I told him you're my sister. I said I'd never come between you. And I believe that too. But then came the part that turned my blood to ice. He didn't take it well. I didn't confront David. Not right away. I was scared of how calm he'd be. Scared that he wouldn't even try to deny it. I was still clinging to some thread of the man I married. But I started watching him. Every move, every message. He'd smile at his phone, then delete the message. He'd go quiet when I walked in the room. He stopped talking to me and started talking around me. He wasn't devastated that Mia rejected him. He was waiting for her to change her mind. I asked him, days later, point blank, "Did you tell Mia you wanted to be with her?" He didn't blink. Yes, I told her how I felt, but she said she wouldn't do that to you. I couldn't even scream. I felt like I was floating. He added, I told her the door is open. That's all. That's all. Like it was no big deal. Like offering your wife's best friend a chance at your marriage is just a Tuesday night. Things got darker after that. He never apologized. He just started planting doubt. You know, he said one night, Mia didn't have to tell you. Why do you think she did? He was trying to poison me, to twist the knife, and I almost believed him. I almost started thinking, what if she liked the attention? What if she's not telling me everything? I became obsessed, checking her Instagram for new posts, reading into every like, watching them around each other like a hawk. But she stayed true. Even as I started to fall apart, she said, if I need to stop coming over, I will. And I said, no, if you stop coming over, he wins. One night, after he went to bed, I grabbed his old iPhone from a drawer. It still worked. I set it to record. Then the next morning, I slid it under the couch in the living room. It felt insane, like I was the villain in my own story. But I needed to know what he was saying when I wasn't in the room. That night, I listened. Most of it was silence, toddler babble, background TV, until he got on the phone, and I heard it. I know she trusts you. That's the only reason this works. Silence. Then, no, I'm not giving up. People change. She might. You might. My ears rang. My heart stopped. He wasn't just waiting. He was playing the long game. I didn't sleep for 2 nights. I thought about divorce, about the logistics, the money, the girls, the empty bed, the questions people would ask, the blame. But mostly I thought about what it would look like for Emma and Lily to grow up in a house where love was a lie, where their mother was tolerated, not treasured. I kept thinking, if someone treated them like this, what would I want them to do? The answer was clear, even if it terrified me. It happened on a Sunday morning, sunny, too sunny for what I was about to do. I waited until the girls were napping. Then I sat him down and told him everything that I knew, that Mia told me, that I recorded him. And he didn't get angry. He smiled, that smug, awful smirk I used to love. I was honest with you, he said. I didn't cheat. I just told the truth. I stood up, shaking. You broke this, and you're still breaking it. His reply? You'll never leave. You can't. You need me. That was the moment I stopped being afraid. Over the next month, I did what he never expected. I made a plan. I reached out to a lawyer in secret. I found a part-time remote job. I started saving money. Every grocery rebate, every hand-me-down I could sell. Mia helped, quietly, fiercely. Like she was trying to atone for something she never did. I called my mom, told her the truth. She cried, but promised support. I even met with a therapist, because I knew I'd need more than courage. I'd need a map to rebuild myself. And when I had it all in place, I served him the papers. The day he left, he didn't speak. He just packed his things and walked out. No apology, no rage, just nothing. But I wasn't empty. I was full of pain, yes, but also something else. Power. And I knew, deep in my bones, that he would always wait for Mia to say yes. But she never would. Because she chose me. And now, I choose me too. The day he left, he didn't speak. He just packed his things and walked out. No apology, no rage, just nothing. But I wasn't empty. I was full of pain, yes, but also something else. Power. And I knew, deep in my bones, that he would always wait for Mia to say yes. But she never would. Because she chose me. And now, I choose me too. And if this story hit close to home, you're not alone. Subscribe for more raw, real, and unapologetically honest stories just like this one. Someone out there needs to hear this. Maybe it's you.